In this video, class 6, we are going to look at the kinds of forces. Now, before we proceed with the topic, I again suggest you to watch the previous videos if you haven't done so far. Okay, if you haven't done it yet. I suggest you to watch those videos. One is on force and the other is on effects of force. So watch those videos and only then come to this video. Alright. So proceeding with the topic, kinds of forces. Basically, remember there can be two kinds of forces. One is called a contact force and the other is called a non-contact force. Now, let us see what a contact force is. Forces that come into play are forces that act when two or more bodies actually come in contact of each other are called contact forces. So as you can see in the name itself, it says contact force. So in this kind of a force, while discussing this kind of a force, two or more bodies should actually be in contact. In contact meaning the bodies should actually be touching each other. Alright? So when two or more bodies actually touch each other and the force which acts then, alright, those kind of forces are what are called contact forces. And that is exactly what we've written in our definition. When two or more bodies actually come in contact of each other. Alright. To give you some examples, force applied to push a door. Now when we push a door, what is happening? Our hand is coming in touch or is coming in contact with the door. Alright. And then a force is produced. So that force which is applied, okay, to push a door therefore is a contact force. Likewise, force applied to pull a chair. When we are pulling a chair, what is happening? Our hand again is coming in contact, is touching the chair. Alright, so therefore that force which is applied to pull a chair is a contact force. Likewise, force applied to pass a basketball. Say for example, you are playing basketball and you are passing the ball to one of your friends. Okay, so when you pass the ball, what is happening? The basketball is coming in contact with your hand. Alright, so therefore the force applied to pass a basketball is also a contact force. Then force applied to pull a spring or a rubber band. We have a rubber band or we have a spring. Okay, we want to stretch the spring. We want to stretch the rubber band. So what we do? Our fingers or our hand comes in contact with the rubber band or for that matter with the spring. So therefore, force applied to pull a spring or a rubber band is also an example of contact force. Then force of tension in a string or thread when we stretch it. If we have a thread, okay, or a string, when we stretch it, what happens? The thread gets stretched, gets tensed. Alright, so when it gets tensed, alright, what is coming into action over there? What is coming into play? It is the force of tension. Once the thread gets stretched, alright, gets tensed, there is always a force of tension acting on the string. So that force of tension is also an example of a contact force, remember. Why? Because in that case also our hand, our fingers are coming in contact with the thread itself. Okay, so two bodies are coming in contact, so therefore force of tension also is a contact force. Next, force which acts when we rub our hands. Alright, so when we rub our hands, okay, when we rub our hand, it starts getting warm. Alright, so when we are rubbing our hand, there is also a force that comes into play. Okay, to be more precise, that force is an example of force of friction. Okay, and force of friction, I've only written force over here. Okay, so that force of friction is also an example of a contact force, remember that. Okay, if you write simply this force which acts when we rub our hands, you'll get full marks. Alright, so these are some examples of contact forces. So non-contact force, a force which comes into play or acts without bodies coming in contact of each other is called a non-contact force. So as the name suggests, okay, there are forces which act, okay, or which comes into play without bodies coming into contact. All right, so that kind of a force is what is called a non-contact force. Like for example, I have this pen, all right. If I let this pen go, what happens to it? It falls down. Okay, it falls down. Anything that we let go, it falls down. Eraser, duster, whatever it be, a stone. Okay, anything we let go, it doesn't fly. It doesn't fly up. Okay, what happens to it? It falls down. Now, why is this falling down? This pen in our example is falling down because the earth is pulling it in the downward direction, remember, or the earth is pulling it towards itself. Okay, we also are being pulled by the earth, but this pen, when I'm holding it, this pen is not in actual contact with the earth. This pen is not touching the ground. Without the earth coming in actual contact with this pen, what is happening is there's a force, there's a pull towards the earth. Okay, so that force is an example of a non-contact force. Okay, and this pull of the earth has a special name. It is called force of gravity. So what is force of gravity? The force with which the earth pulls anything towards itself is called force of gravity. And force of gravity, mind you, is an example of a non-contact force. Another example of a non-contact force is magnetic force. Now, all of you must have played with magnets at some point of a time. Okay, so I have a small screw over here, and I have this magnet. I could not get any other magnets for you all right. So you saw how quickly this screw got attracted towards the magnet there. Okay, so without coming into actual contact, the screw got attracted towards the magnet. So therefore, magnetic force is an example of a non-contact force. Now, to give you an example of an electrostatic force, what I'm doing is I'm right now rubbing a plastic ruler on my hair, and you can see the small pieces of paper lying down in here. Okay, so you see that this there, see. Okay, so you must have seen the piece of paper attracted to this ruler. So that is an example of an electrostatic force. There, see. Okay, so this is an example of an electrostatic force, remember. So what actually happens is, when we are rubbing the ruler on our hair, the ruler gets charged. Okay, and when we place the ruler above the pieces of paper, so what happens is the paper gets attracted. Because remember, electrostatic force is the force acting between two charged bodies. So when we, like I said, when we rub the plastic ruler on our hair, the ruler gets charged. Okay, and it readily attracts the pieces of paper. Okay, so the force acting between two charged bodies is what is called an electrostatic force. What is a magnetic force? It is the force acting between two or more magnets. All right, and like I mentioned before, what is the force of gravity? It is the force with which the earth pulls all bodies having some mass of cause, okay, towards itself.